CBT News, celebrating 10 years of delivering the news and content automotive professionals count on. CBT News, 10 years strong. Subscribe today. Welcome to CBT News with Bridget Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today on Inside Automotive, we're joined by Kevin Fry, the marketing director at Jeff Wyler Automotive Family. But first, here are today's top stories. America's largest automotive retailer, AutoNation, announced it would be acquiring mobile maintenance provider Repairsmith in early 2023. AutoNation has slowly expanded its offerings to include financing, insurance, and fixed operations, and intends to use the repair company's assets to continue improving its after-sales services. Repairsmith has a wide technician network across 8 states, providing on-the-go maintenance support for individual and business needs. When it closes in early 2023, the buyout is expected to cost the dealership network $190 million. Next up, in a win for Tesla customers, the automaker has been ordered to upgrade its self-driving features at no additional cost. A small claims court in Washington ordered the company to add the service for free after a plaintiff alleged that they had used false advertising to promote the technology. CEO Elon Musk has long touted the brand's self-driving capabilities, promising its vehicles would be fully autonomous in the near future. When the company marketed its Model 3, it advertised that vehicle purchases would include the required hardware. However, when the plaintiff attempted to enable the feature, he claims the car required an additional $1,106 in tech upgrades. The judge in the case ruled that this was a breach of warranty, opening the door for future lawsuits. Other companies such as Apple have noticeably tempered self-driving expectations in recent months, likely hoping to avoid similar litigation. Stellantis announced a new purchase from Michigan-based company DTE Energy. The deal would fully convert the electricity supply at 70 Stellantis facilities in the state to solar by 2026, a move which both businesses claim would reduce the automaker's U.S. emissions by 50%. While the car manufacturer has not made the financial details public, it claims the deal is the second largest of its kind, following in the footsteps of Ford, who in August arranged the biggest clean energy purchase to date, also with DTE Energy. This matches with an industry-wide push to lower emissions stimulated by the Biden administration's renewable energy incentives passed earlier this year. And finally, Chinese auto brand Zeekr has filed for an initial public offering, hoping to earn $1 billion in investments off the U.S. stock market. The EV company is owned by Geely Automotive Holdings, a leading car manufacturer in China, which has only recently joined its domestic competitors in global expansion. If approved, the company would be the first major Chinese firm to be added to the stock exchange in 2 years. China's EV market is the most active in the world and accounts for over half of worldwide electric car sales. The company hopes for a valuation of $10 billion, but it could take over 6 months for its IPO to be approved. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next is Kevin Fry, the marketing director at Jeff Wyler Automotive Family. We'll be right back.
Delivering the news dealers count on for 10 years. Subscribe today and join thousands of other automotive professionals. CBT News, 10 years strong.
Today, consumers have a tremendous amount of options when it comes to purchasing a vehicle. Jeff Wyler Automotive Family recently conducted a user experience study to learn more about the modern consumer and whether they're ready to buy 100% online. On today's show, we're pleased to welcome back Kevin Fry, the marketing director at Jeff Wyler Automotive Family, to share the results of the study. Check it out.
Tell us a little bit about, what the study covered and who was surveyed.
Well, the background first is we launched our first 100% online solution to compete with the likes of Carvana and Vroom, and that was July of this year.
Okay.
In August, we completed a user experience study where we basically put up some notices in social media to get a diverse group of people to come into our studio and answer a series of questions to include if they would like to buy a car 100% online, get an EV 100% online, as well as several other questions.
That's fantastic. So what do they say for the most part? Are they ready to buy 100% online? That is the big question that the industry,
That is the big question.
The dealers, the OEMs, they all want to know, are consumers ready to do this? We saw a little bit of a flurry there, during COVID, but many of the dealers that I spoke to said, well, it got as high as 10 or 12%, but it dipped back down again. But yet, it seems as though it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, isn't that the way of the future for retail automotive?
I would say it continues to be a very small part of the market. The recurring theme that we saw in a UX study is that consumers more than ever still want to work with the dealership. They want to test drive, they want to touch and feel the vehicle. And that's encouraging because in the future of modern day automotive retailing, the dealer still has a significant role. I don't care what anybody else tells you.
Yeah.
When it comes to buying 100% online, what we found was interesting was we asked first, would you like to do it? Most of them said no. But then we said, well, listen, if you were going to do it and you were going to consider Carvana, Vroom, or a dealership, 95% of them said they would rather buy 100% online from a dealership over Carvana.
All right, be sure to watch this interview in its entirety right here at cbtnews.com. That wraps up our show for today, but we invite you to join us back here again tomorrow morning for all the latest news and trends impacting the retail automotive industry. And be sure to follow us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content. Join the #1 most watched newscast in the automotive industry. CBT News, 10 years strong. Subscribe today.